going on, guys? It's Mags coming at you guys with another market review video. Today's September 6th, 2024. Now I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So coming into the day, we had NFP news today, so it's right here, 8:30. So I started looking at 9:30 for opportunities in the market. I had a bullish bias based off of the NFP. So yeah, let me just jump into here. So I was bullish due to all the equal highs and it being Friday. We had a downtrend week. So I did want to see a TGIF, which it did play out. Price came to 20% of the range and just shot back down. But I just wanted it to go to these equal highs here, my original draw for the week. But that did not play out. So over here, I missed my opportunity to short because I was not on the short side of the market today. I didn't want to be short at first. But it was a clean setup. We tapped into this 15-minute and then swept the liquidity and had a inverse fair value gap right here. That inversed it in one candle. Then it did a slight market structure shift here, came back into it, rebalanced price, and then just shot back down. So when I found a trade, I was on from 9:30, and then my trade was actually at 11:10. So I had to wait through all this price action here, right here. And I was just being patient and looking for a good setup. I was mainly looking for one of these setups here, actually, a 15-minute fair value gap to a lower time frame market maker model. The fair value gap being the smart money reversal. And that's exactly what actually played out here. So I saw this and I was kind of like, yeah, I could go bullish here, but that was so sudden. And I just didn't like that idea of going bullish with how we were trending all morning. You know what I mean? So I did wait. We ended up getting an SMT with ES here of these highs, and this happens to be the high that makes the 15-minute fair value gap. So once I saw that, I was looking for my entry model, and I did get an entry model here. So we came in, took liquidity, made SMT with ES, and we shot down. Made this swing low here and went back up, filled this gap, and then displaced the swing low. Made another market structure shift and made a inverse fair value gap right here. At the same time as doing all those things. So even on my live, you could hear me say SMT, market structure shift, inverse fair value gap, I'm going in. So I went in. And originally just aiming for 2R. I did get 1.93 R, but once I got to 2R, the trade got to 2R. I wanted to do price weighting, which is something that Casper taught me. Basically like trailing your stops smartly. And it actually worked. It was really cool watching it play out. It was my first time doing it. But so we had that shift we inversed that fair value gap, that bullish gap right here. Barely, but it happened. And I had entered into this fair value gap right here. Once I entered, we experienced a little drawdown. And then we just ended up going, and I was more confident on my trade then. We came back into this gap, and I got a little scared here. But I just let my risk management system do the work, do the heavy lifting. I'm just here to execute the trade, really. So after that happened, it swept up, took this liquidity, and shot right back down. Once we closed under here, I moved my stop to break even right here at this high, which coincidentally was that high. But we did shift market, so I did put my stop to break even, and then once we passed 2R, that's when I started moving my stop down. So at first I had my stop here, but um, after we kept moving down, I kept moving it and moving it, and I ended up putting it at this swing high after it tried to reach for this gap, in hopes that the order block would just send price down. And that is not what happened. So I did get tagged out right here at that swing high, and that was still a 2R trade, basically a 2R. It was 1.93, so 1.9R trade, and I was risking $70 and I made 140. I was risking like 75ish. I made 140. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it with this trade. That's all it was here. It's moving the smart down smartly. Smart trailing. Not just trailing it because you're up a certain amount of profit, so you want to keep those profits. Because I was up 100 handles at one point, and I ended up going back 30 handles from the 100 handles, and that it's still a really good move, 70-point move. I mean, can't complain about that really. You really can't. But I did want this 4-hour fair value gap that's down here, just the top of it, just to tap right into the top of it. That was my target. But it ended up reversing throughout the afternoon session, and then finally going. And I have a little bonus for you guys here, because I did take a trade on paper trade, because it did not let me take a trade with my account, because I didn't have enough margin in there. So, and it's like considered it's not considered intraday right now at 4 o'clock. So let me just go ahead and show you guys that. So boom, we're in the paper trading account. I did see price shoot down from here. It was 350 macro right here. Then price shot down after respecting this gap. You know, it barely got out of it, but that's really nothing. You do want to be careful with that, because there was a swing high and it inversed it kind of. But what I went for here essentially was just that 4-hour gap again. I got in on a 15-second chart right here. I ended up getting in here after we went through this 1-minute gap, and I saw us displacing. So we took this swing high here. I was like, yeah, I was more confident in that after we displaced up, and we took this gap and took this gap. So I liked the idea. I tried to trade it on my live account and it didn't work. So I got in here. It went down, went back up. I got in again here in this gap, and I just started recording the video, and by the time I started recording, it had hit our profit target right here. That was my original profit target for this other trade that I took, which is not going to show. I was trying to show it, but it's not going to show because it's on my live account. This is a paper account. But yeah, just a little bonus for you guys. Just not much more than that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. If you have any questions, feedback, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Other than that, peace, guys.